The last Toyota I drove with a manual transmission became the 86 Sports Activities vehicle, which makes the CHR compact SUV base model a drastically distinctive proposition. Beyond the truth that is a 100, in keeping with center Toyota product borrowing neither platform nor engine, from Subaru, this is the company's all-vital play inside the pint-sized SUV segment. This is now the fourth largest in Australia. The Toyota CHR has been out seeing that early 2017, but that is our first force of the cheapest variation, which capabilities a 6-pace stick-shift instead of the CVT vehicle, matched to the front-wheel drive format. We say cheapest, though the $26,990 CHR guide is the highest place to begin of any installed compact SUV. A Mazda CX-3 kicks off as little as $20,490, for instance. It's much less to do with market cockiness and extra to do with Toyota's statement that the huge sales sport is to be played inside the better reaches of the compact SUV range. So the entry CHR is loaded with tools to shape up with the better trim grades of opponents. Driving force aid standouts encompass energetic cruise manipulate, lane departure warning with steerage help, blind spot tracking, trailer sway manipulate, and parking sensors each front and rear. There are also ticks for autonomous emergency braking and rear move visitors alert. In the conveniences column, twin-sector weather manage is an unprecedented fashionable characteristic in middle grades, whilst there's navigation with Suna Live site visitors updates. The 6.1-inch touchscreen is smaller than some of its rivals' displays, and additionally doesn't seem to maximize the gap to be had on its Sprint Pinnacle housing, even deliberating the array of physical buttons and dials surrounding it. Portraits aren't the sharpest, either, and the display screen's response a long way from on the spot. There's Apple CarPlay or Android Car, but Toyota Hyperlink brings diverse apps: climate, local search, gas finder through your smartphone. If the ambitious outdoors has the potential to divide opinion, however, for the file, we love it. The indoors superb combo of fashion and characteristic should get everyday admiration. There's top-notch use of asymmetrical design for the dash's infotainment show and heating/ventilation control panel, and key to retaining it driving force-centered, in addition to the skewed, trench-like center console that includes large cup holders either facet of the equipment lever, and any other deliberately uneven design contact inside the console bin, well sized with a 4.2-liter capability. The glove box is also a beneficial 7 liters, and the door packing containers offer a choice for larger bottles. A tray phase below the center stack is designed to house smartphones, even though larger devices which include a Samsung Galaxy Note 8 don't match. There's a quality and brotherly love about the CHR's interior design and presentation that has been lacking for too lengthy from too many Toyotas. Smooth materials embellish substantial components of the dash and doorways, and wherein there are tough plastics there are first-rate textures consisting of the diamond sample trim on the doors. Drivers get to grip a tactile, smooth leathered guidance wheel, which itself hosts an array of buttons that are as satisfying to press as the ones on the main Sprint console. The CHR's cabin seems far extra present-day and harmonious than that of the following SUV up RAV4, and the using revel-in is likewise better. For starters, the compact SUV's fantastically pliant experience guarantees occupants are corset at all speeds and no matter surface quality. It's no accident that an advanced double wishbone rear suspension sits below the CHR courtesy of the employer's Toyota New Technology structure platform, while a semi-unbiased torsion beam setup is the segment norm. For anyone who's turned out to be familiar with Toyota's 86 apart, of route that push wide in corners early or rudely interrupt development with nannying balance control electronics, there are extra surprises on us of roads. That absorbent journey is complemented by a willing chassis that holds off understeer commendably, while ESC remains well in the historical past. The guidance might welcome a piece extra clarity around the instantly beforehand, however it's encouragingly accurate, and without kickback through bumpy corners. Dare we say we've determined another Toyota that might be honestly defined as a driver's vehicle? Absolutely, especially whilst the bottom CHR 6-speed manual is likewise a pleasure to use. The C-speeding factor is a little indistinct, so it's no longer absolutely perfect for newly licensed drivers, but the tool's lever slots into every of the 6 gates easily, and with the slightest of snicks to confirm a success engagement. Toyota is the cutting-edge logo, too, to introduce a rev-matching gadget known as Smart Guide Transmission, which cleverly lifts revs robotically when downshifting to smooth gear adjustments. An IMT button on the far proper of the dash may be pressed to show the machine on or off. Drivers will in reality want to use the manual plentifully, as the CHR's engine isn't the most bendy turbocharged engine around. Second or one-third equipment is a prerequisite for significant progress at decrease. City speeds earlier than the Rapid's impact may be felt and heard at approximately 1700 rpm, and greater enough throttle response is discovered in higher gears above 2 grand. The 1.2-liter revs to best approximately 5500 rpm, but it sounds refined while being worked. We opt for the guide to the $2,000 CVT vehicle, that can emphasize the Toyota sluggishness off the road, though the general public of buyers will pick out the latter, of direction. It makes a negligible difference to fuel intake, with the manual 6.3 liters according to 100 kilometers, top rate unleaded, as compared with 6.4/6.5 L/100 km for CVT variations. That's additionally about middle of the park for guide compact SUVs, not as proper because the Renault captures 5.2 L/100 km, but better than the 7.5 L/100 km or 7.7 L/100 km figures for, respectively, the Holden Trax and Mitsubishi ASX. Vision is right forwards, but less so over the shoulder or whilst searching through the rear view replicate and that narrowed rear window. The CHR's styling compromises different regions too. Notwithstanding a 4.36m body, this is longer than the section norm, or even a Corolla. Packaging isn't as much as the standards of a Honda HR-V. That steeply raked rear window cuts into boot area. This is already pretty shallow. A pram will match, and the rear seats fold flat, 60/40ths, even though the boot doesn't seem as practical because the quoted 377 liters suggests, which beats the CX-3's 264L but trails the Honda HR-V's 437L. Claustrophobics and infants probably won't respect the growing window line, which comprises the significantly cool, single-hinged incorporated external rear door handles, however reduces each the quantity of light getting into the lower back seat and the view out. The rear bench is a touch flat, however the seat backs are very comfortable, and there's top leg room and respectable headroom. Way to a fairly flat floor, 3 adults should even squeeze throughout the return for quick trips. Storage is limited, though, and forget seeking to match a rear going through capsule until you don't plan to ever have the front passenger. The Toyota CHR, however, prioritizes fashion over own family. Similar to the CX-3 and the Mazda CX proves there are extra than enough customers definitely looking for a greater adventurous shape of metropolis automobile. There's also a mess of customization options inclusive of the 18-inch Aerotip fashion alloys plus crimson wheel caps, decals, side steps, and bumper guards that pushed our test car out to $31,010, or a assessment black roof, $450. And there are alternatives to add all-wheel drive, CVT handiest, and a $4,300 Koba spec that brings additional features. The $26,990 base model appears a mainly sweet spot, even though, if you don't thoughts converting gears. Even in this form, we don't think it might be outrageous to suggest Lexus badges wouldn't look totally misplaced at the CHR. The multi-crease styling certainly suits the posh department's layout template. The Lexus NX SUV may want to clearly analyze much from the way the CHR rides and handles, and the TNGA platform bodes well for the imminent UX baby Lexus SUV, in addition to different future Toyotas.